Imagine a high-stakes legal drama unfolding in the heart of American justice, where a judge's ruling pulls the rug out from under a key player appointed by a former president. This isn't just any courtroom clash. It's a showdown over whether top prosecutors are truly qualified to lead. And it could reshape how federal law enforcement operates nationwide. But here's where it gets controversial. Is this a clever workaround by the administration or a blatant sidestep of Democratic checks? Stick around because the details might surprise you and spark some heated debates. On September 30th, 2025, a federal judge in Nevada made a pivotal decision that echoes through the halls of justice, declaring that the state's top prosecutor isn't legally holding her position. This marks the second instance where a court has partially removed one of the Trump-era appointees from their duties, raising eyebrows about the integrity of these appointments. Let's break it down for clarity, especially if you're new to how federal prosecutions work. Sigal Chattah was initially appointed as the interim U.S. Attorney for Nevada's district in March. These interim roles are meant to be short-term fixes, capped at just 120 days by law, to ensure swift transitions while the Senate confirms a permanent pick. But as that deadline loomed in July, the Justice Department cleverly reassigned Chattah to a new spot as First Assistant U.S. Attorney. This move was designed to let her slide into the acting U.S. Attorney role, a position that allows her to continue leading the office without needing Senate approval. 4 criminal defendants were buying it. They challenged this shuffle in court, claiming it violated federal rules and made Chattah's continued leadership unlawful. U.S. District Judge David Campbell agreed, issuing a 32-page ruling on Tuesday that disqualified Chattah from overseeing their cases. Importantly, he didn't throw out their indictments entirely, meaning the prosecutions can proceed, but under different supervision. To understand why this matters, let's dive into the Federal Vacancies Reform Act, a law passed to prevent exactly these kinds of executive maneuvers. When a U.S. attorney position, which is a Senate-confirmed role overseeing all federal prosecutions in a district, opens up, the act mandates that it automatically goes to the first assistant U.S. attorney. This person is usually a seasoned career prosecutor, ensuring continuity and impartiality. Judge Campbell ruled that the Justice Department overstepped by essentially hand-picking Chattah for the first assistant spot just to elevate her to acting status. In his words, the court cannot accept the government's assertion that the Attorney General has power to designate anyone she chooses as first assistant and have that person become the acting U.S. attorney. He emphasized that the act was created to curb such executive overreach. And this is the part most people miss. Even if Chattah isn't officially titled as acting U.S. attorney, the judge determined that her actual responsibilities make her effectively that role, which she's barred from holding under the ruling. The court cannot conclude that Ms. Chattah's role is anything less than acting U.S. attorney, a position she cannot hold, he stated. CBS News reached out to the Justice Department for their side of the story, but no response was available at press time. This isn't an isolated incident. Just weeks earlier, another judge in New Jersey ruled on similar grounds that Alina Habba, a former personal lawyer to President Trump, was unlawfully serving as acting U.S. attorney there. She was removed from a few criminal cases as a result. These decisions highlight a broader pattern. In states like California and New York, the Trump administration has kept federal prosecutors in these temporary positions for extended periods, sometimes stretching into months. Critics argue this is a deliberate tactic to bypass the Senate confirmation process and judicial oversight, allowing the executive branch to install loyalists without the usual vetting. But here's where opinions diverge wildly. Is this a smart way to fill vacancies quickly in a busy justice system, ensuring experienced hands stay at the helm? Or is it a dangerous erosion of checks and balances, potentially leading to biased prosecutions? For instance, Imagine if such maneuvers allowed appointees to influence high-profile cases. Could that undermine public trust in the fairness of our courts? And this is the part that might make you pause. Some legal experts whisper that these rulings could set a precedent, forcing the administration to rethink how it staffs these crucial roles. Yet others counter that the Act's strict rules might actually slow down justice, leaving districts without strong leadership during transitions. What do you think? Does this ruling protect the integrity of our legal system? Or does it unfairly hamstring an administration trying to get things done? Share your thoughts in the comments. Do you agree with the judge's interpretation or see it as overreach? Let's discuss. Joe Walsh is a senior editor for digital politics at CBS News. Joe previously covered breaking news for Forbes and local news in Boston.